Hi, my name is Kanan from Futuro Corporate Finance Advisory. So, uh, can visit my website at www.futurumcorfinan.com. You can send email to me to futurumcorfinan@gmail.com. Okay. Right. So I make a short video about using modified internal rate of return or MIRR. So I think you, for those that already attended the corporate finance class, then you're quite aware that in the project finance that we use heavily internal rate of return. But IRR is quite a problem if the cash flow pattern, what we call is like a non-conventional. So IRR, we're going to have a multiple IRR. In the case the cash flow pattern is non-conventional. Okay, I'll show you here. So you can see this okay, so you can see that if the the cash flow in the first year is zero, it's minus, usually it's an investment, then you have plus plus plus, so this is normal. So you only have a one change of sign in the cash flow. But in this case, you have a minus, it's an investment, and then usually it's not quite normal in a certain industry. They have to have a negative cash flow at the end of the project finance because there's environmental liabilities that they have to settle, or they have to there's a couple of cash flow cash flows outflows that they have to pay, for example, to close down the project, blah blah blah. And then so there's two times changes in the sign of cash flow. So this is what we call non-normal or non-conventional. In this case, we have a minus minus minus. This is quite normal also in the project finance during the construction. For example, for the first 3 years, you have for the first 2 years you have to keep spending money, and then in the third or fourth or fifth you get cash inflows. But the issue is the change in the sign of the cash flow only once, from minus to plus, and this happened in the second to third year. So this is called normal. So basically for those under normal column, you can see you can apply the IRR, and IRR is only one single IRR. But in the case there's a change of sign in the cash flow, then you're going to have more than one IRR. What we call issue is multiple IRR. Okay, so I will not discuss about the IRR and multiple IRR, but I will introduce. I think, though I know that in practice, not many analysts using modified internal rate of return, but I guess it's good for us to take a look what it means, and hopefully we can start using that in our analysis of the project finance or in the capital budgeting spending. All right. So okay, so I could say that for the normal, you can use IRR, but basically I will suggest that either it's normal or non-normal or non-conventional, better to use modified rate of return. So we'll take one illustration from the Intermediate Financial Management 9th edition by Brigham and Philip Dave. This is the like a cash flow pattern. You have a minus 1,000. This is quite normal. This is the year that you spend the money, and then you start get the money from your revenue, from the sale, from the activities, from the commercialization of your product. It's 500, 400, 300, and 100 at the end of the 4th year. So basically, in the modified internal rate of return, for those in the positive cash flow, you just make it future value, or we call here terminal value. So basically, you reinvested the money that you got during this commercial period at your cost of capital. 10% is your cost of capital, or we can call this also the reinvestment rate. So once you have this, for the 4 year, because it's end of the 4 year, basically, so your future value the same with 100 here. So 100 plus 330, 484, and then 665, then you got this terminal value. This is what we call is like a future value. And then for your investment at the 0 year, then you just call it like a present value, the same figure, and then you just MRR is to make your present value of your terminal value or your future value the same with the present value of your cost. So NPV is 0. So this is the whole basic idea. I will put that in the formula. So MRR is I could say this the present value of your cash outflows. Cash outflows is equal with your future value of cash inflows divided by by 1 plus MRR raised to the power of n. Okay, so you can say that MRR is future value of cash outflows, cash inflows divided by cash present value of cash outflows, and then you raise it, and then you raise it 1 divided by n, period. Okay, so this is how. Okay, we're going to use the same example. Okay, see you in the second video. I have to stop it.